In Jammu now, details coming in of the police that has been struggling with people to make them understand that a lockdown means they need to remain indoors. So this is the method that the police has come up with. This is in an initiative to, of course, restrict movement. Jammu police has now started to stamp violators, not just stamp them on their arms that they have violated the lockdown, but people are going to be stamped on their foreheads now as well. Our correspondent Mir Fareed is getting us those inputs. Mir, how many such cases being reported here where people are now being stamped on their foreheads as violators of the lockdown?
That's right, Seher. It seems that options are getting limited as far as the law enforcers are concerned. Yesterday, we brought the story of people who violated these restrictions, this corona curfew. Some of them were made to sit on the roads. Others were given a school kid kind of a punishment. Jahan, they told them to murga bano. And then today, you have these photographs that have come from Jammu, Araspura, Bishna areas where violators are being stamped, as you rightly said, not only on their arms but also on their foreheads. Jury is out whether this is right or wrong, whether this is going beyond the brief. But the fact of the matter is, police sources say that this is the need of the hour. People are not listening. This is we've been telling them time and again that this is for your own safety through loudspeaker mounted vehicles, every which way, every medium that was available to the police, that people have to remain indoors. And now, since cases are increasing, there is a very strong chance that what we have tested till now is very limited. There could be many more positive cases in the community, so people need to take these things seriously. Now, when people are not listening, so they have no other option but to resort to these out-of-the-book measures to ensure that people understand, get the message, and stay indoors. So this is happening in Jammu, and probably you'll see this happening in other places as well very soon. Back to you.
That's right. Amir, given the fact here, this is of course the circumstances under which Jammu and Kashmir has been, there have been multiple various such instances of a curfew and a lockdown that has been in the past as well for the past several years. One would think that the understanding of the lockdown in today's crisis would be far better in Jammu and Srinagar.
Well, it is, Seher, but then there are habitual offenders. They're almost everywhere. In this case as well, people just don't leave. Their erratic tendencies come out, loiter around, and that's something that they'll have to shun. And this really is the message. Still, there are people we've seen. Today, we got photographs and visuals of various branches of J&K Bank where people were literally in a huddle, in spite of knowing fully well that there is a social distancing that needs to be maintained. But they're not listening. So that really is the issue. But also importantly, Sir, let me give an update to our viewers about the cases. Two more cases, unfortunately, kids who have turned out to be positive as far as their COVID test is concerned. So that takes the tally to 11 as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. Both grandchildren of a COVID positive patient who had a travel history to Saudi Arabia. He was tested positive, and just days after that, two kids have also been found positive. So that's a bit of breaking news that has come in. Unfortunate kids this time around, and they have been taken into quarantine by the authorities. Back to you.
All right, Amir, that is of course on a very unfortunate note. These are grandkids. They would be of a much younger age, but two of them, as a confirmation of course from the local administration there, two more tested positive. Mir, many thanks for getting us those details. Earlier in the day, our correspondent Mir there had also taken us through inputs. This is from Srinagar's Lal Chowk on the awareness drive that has been on the streets here to follow this lockdown seriously. Let's take a look.
After the first COVID-related death in the UT of Jammu and Kashmir, restrictions have only increased, and the message is loud and clear for the population that they need to stay indoors, because you had the first death, and yesterday also there were 4 new cases of COVID positive people that came out from Bandipora. Unfortunately, these are the people who had come in contact with the person, with the COVID patient who died today. The chain could be long, and the only way to break this is to break the chain, and that is the message of the government, and that's the message of the civil society elders. Right now, I'm in the heart of commercial hub of Lal Chowk in Srinagar, and as you can see behind me, streets are deserted. There are few people around, but it's mostly around these medical shops. There are people who are coming in and buying their medicine, and they have been told to maintain social distancing. Unfortunately, while the city town areas are much better, but the issue is as far as rural and interiors are concerned, because there are reports that people are still not taking it seriously. They're coming out in numbers. They're huddling outside some shops, and while the administration obviously can't reach everywhere, it is for the locals, for the elders of the localities and for the mohalla committees to come out and through loudspeakers, through mosques and through other medium, tell the people that this is the need of the hour. You just can't take it lightly. You just can't think that distances matter, because this virus is a bullet train. It can reach you before you would know it, and for that reason you need to maintain social distancing, and you need to do it in a disciplined way, and you need to do it in a religious way. So that really is the message, but it's now up to the people, because the fear is, and sources in the administration, and we also spoke to some doctors, they say that this chain could be longer. The testing that is happening could be only of a few, and since there are cases that have come out, and if one person has died, there could be more such cases in the society, in the community, and they are not out. And that's why it is even more important for the people to follow the instructions religiously, because if this chain is non-broken, we know the ramifications, we know what has happened with Italy.